I have a call on my end, Sharon.
Yeah, take the calls. What's going on?
Morning, Brucey.
Morning, Mr. Chance.
Hey, morning, my darling Sharon. How you doing, girl?
Morning, Mr. Chance. I'm great.
Good, lovely. Good discussion. I just want to make a few points in it. One is that we do have constitutional rights, and that is very correct. But the Privy Council rulings have told us several times that even your constitutional rights are not absolute. Your constitutional rights are not always absolute, because many times you may end up dead, right? So we have to bear that in mind. The other thing, Sharon mentioned the question of going to school, and as an educator myself, you have to demonstrate that you are vaccinated to go to school. But although you have your constitutional rights, it's not absolute, because certain conditions put you in a place where you have to do certain things. So you're not going to be allowed to come into school unless you are vaccinated, because you put the other children at risk. So long as you place other people, this is the reason why the public health ordinance supersedes the constitutional rights, because once the public health ordinance is applied, it supersedes all your rights, because the rights of the whole population supersedes your personal rights. And that is the reason why this happened. The other quick point I wanted to make is that the position with respect to the vaccines, I don't know if people follow that carefully enough to understand that the first step in whether you take the vaccine or not is a consultation with your doctor. Your doctor, not the doctor where you're going to get vaccinated, Your personal doctor, you ask him, based upon your conditions, can I take the vaccine? I'm now going to tell you my personal business. I have a pacemaker and I have had 2 vaccines. I'm a double dose and I have a pacemaker because my doctor, my heart doctor told me, yes, you have it and you should have it because it protects you more. So your personal consultation with your doctor is a key before you decide you go to be vaccinated. And even when you go to be vaccinated, those of us who took the first dose, they do take your blood pressure. And if your blood pressure is high, they tell you, well, you can't do it today. So there are a number of procedures in place to make sure what happens. And finally, I want to make this point, that we are looking at many places in the world going out to work, everybody going out to work. The country is going back to normal. Do you know why? There's herd immunity. There's a bigger picture. So if you want to go back out to work, you want the children to go back out to school, you want your children to go to school, how do you think that's going to happen? We must get herd immunity. So we must have over 700,000 people in this country vaccinated. So there are a number of things in the bigger picture we have to take in mind, although you have your constitutional rights. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chance.
Thank you, Mr. Chance. Thank you very much. Take the calls there by you are trying to
sort out?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Caller, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Sharon and Bruce.
Morning.
As Mr. Chance said, there's constitutional right. Well, what about the constitutional right of the other person to feel unsafe with you next to them, And people are not considering that. But I'm so glad that the informed citizens can really talk to people, to encourage them to do the right thing, right? Because I've heard a lot of people who have said they weren't, well, like me too, I wasn't sure about taking the vaccine, but after second thought, and, there was nobody bringing any proof that they have done them wrong, and they decide to go and take it. Now, when they will say that some people die after taking the vaccine or they get sick, but did they check, like Mr. Chancellor, did they check themselves? Did they get a clean bill of health from their doctor? Because people would have been sick prior to taking that, because you didn't go by a doctor to check whether you have high blood pressure. A friend said he felt in the chest, and when he went to the doctor, 200 plus his pressure was showing. He didn't know he had high blood pressure. But what if he had taken the vaccine? Right? So people have to be very careful, think about it, and do the right thing. Right? You save life, because you will die anyhow. Everybody's going to die. So if you think that is safe and everybody's saying, okay, I took it,
Thank you very much. So, Rose, before we go further, I want to invite our guests and I send them the link. I want you to play the clip that I sent you.
Okay.
So that people would understand what now here it is now. You know, sometimes I kind of laugh, but it's not a joke. And sometimes if we're not sure of something, we must be careful. So Mr. Chan spoke about the herd immunity. Scotty Tash come up on Facebook to say herd is for sheep and cow. But if you go in your dictionary and find out what the issue at hand we're speaking about, the word, the relevance of the word, you all wouldn't behave like that. Herd immunity, resistance to the spread of an infectious disease with a population that is based on pre-existing immunity of a high proportion of individuals as a result of previous infections or vaccination. The level of vaccination needed to achieve herd immunity varies by disease. So, Scotty Tash, go in the dictionary now. We ain't talking about sheep and cow. We're talking about herd immunity. Please, don't let people laugh at you this morning. I just wanted to tell you that. So, people, you need to log on to our Facebook and YouTube channel. We're going to put up for you. I'm hoping that my guest gets the link, and in a short while you'll hear from him. So I'm going to let him put up the video. I have the permission from him to do so. So you can now look at a person who had COVID, and we'll talk about it after.
Okay.
After the channel, you ready? Yeah, man. Send in a big bag, man.
That's it, love. That's it, love. So one and one. Today is May the 1st. Day one. Day one. Day one to recovery. Real. Strawberry real. Plain real. The weakness real, that real. COVID-19. COVID-19, okay. Hello. Hello, Miss Maynard. Hello, Ken you. Hello, Patty. Blessed love to all of you. I just thought that. So come on.
And
Share
Yeah.
encouragement.
persons who are not seeing, this is a gentleman fighting for his
And
life, fighting for air,
verbally say
lying on a
thanks.
hospital bed. Right?
Yeah.
This is a
Everybody for the
gentleman
praise.
fighting for life, fighting for air.
You know, you are really
While I'm trying to get
touched my
him
heart.
here to find out if he got the
And
healing,
my
let me
spirit.
just take Massachusetts on the
Roxanne.
call. Massachusetts, good
Roxanne.
morning. Massachusetts, you there?
Hearing you? Sharon? I'm not hearing you, Sharon.
Let's now go, so I'm on the line with the guy.
Oh,
So you
okay.
can take the call by the time.
Okay. So you can call us on 342-0081-466-5391.
All right. So I want people to understand. And I want to say I am not making any fun of anybody. You are on Facebook and you're spreading the wrong information. So I am correcting you. And if you take it in any way, I am totally sorry. But you all cannot do those things. So you get to get your information first before you do that. Massachusetts, you there? Massachusetts? I don't know what's going on. Massachusetts?
Good morning. Can you?
Right, I'm hearing you. Massachusetts, you there?
Boy.
You hearing me?
Okay, look, just in case, there are a couple of things I'd like to say. One, I have two medical professionals, two doctors in the family. One has been practicing OBGYN for over 30 years now, and one who has been working in the emergency room for about 8 years. What they have told me is when people have COVID, the worst position that anybody could lie down in is on their backs. So what they do is they put the patients on their stomachs. That basically helps fight COVID. Second thing, when this whole thing came about with COVID, they were saying that people would compromise, say like kidneys, heart. If you had anything that compromised you and you were on medication for that, that medication would basically prevent the vaccine from being as effective as it would be, because the body would recognize the vaccine as part of that compromise of your health. So it would not be as effective. So what they did is they weren't giving the vaccine to people who were in, say, nursing homes. But then they started giving it to the people in nursing homes, senior citizens' homes. And what they found after about like 3 months, 4 months, up to 6 months after being vaccinated, that the patients were no longer coming down with COVID, but the workers who were coming in, they would bring COVID into the facility, or they would have the symptoms, so they would be sent home. But after administering the COVID to all those people in the senior citizen centers, nobody got COVID unless it was brought in from outside, and then it was not as intense as it had been. So they started to give the vaccines to the people, to the elderly, and then realizing that even though their health were compromised, that once they received the vaccine, it did protect them from getting the severe reactions of COVID. So you had a decrease in hospitalizations, a decrease in deaths, and now you have cities like where I am up here in Massachusetts opening up, whereby we're no longer required to wear masks. But I still wear masks even though we received both shots. Because with this Delta strain that they identified as originated in India, it's spreading through for the past 2 days. The number of people who have come down or who've tested positive for the Delta strain, that number has doubled. So I am still going to continue wearing my mask. I'm still going to continue being as careful as I can, because believe me, I do not want to meet my creator anytime soon. Thanks for taking my call. I'm gone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Massachusetts. Like many of us. And thank you very much. That was good information. Excellent. So I see our guest is inside, Bruce.
Yes.
All right. So Trinidad and Tobago, we would have shown you a video clip before, and we have a survivor of COVID here. One of my constituents of St. Joseph. Good morning, Anton John. Unmuted? Right. Good morning, Anton. How are you doing?
Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Bruce.
Good
I am
morning.
fine. I am blessed. I am happy to be alive.
See that? I see that. So how are you doing thus far?
Sharon, I am really good. I feel like Anton again after coming out of that experience for so long. You know, I now fully symptoms free, I would say. And I feel good. I really feel good.
So tell us, Anton, before you tell us about the virus, tell us, who is Anton John? Explain to Trinidad and Tobago who is Anton John, because I told them Anton John was very, very careful. Don't know where he got this virus from at all. Tell Trinidad and Tobago who is Anton John. And let me say good morning to Henry and the whole Arangways.
That's right. Anton John is a young 35-year-old man, father of one child, young entrepreneur, businessman. I work at Answer with the Answer Macal group of companies. Big up my Answer family. And I'm a member of the St. Joseph constituency. I do quite a number of community work in St. Joseph and Barataria, San Juan. So I also have an NGO, Uncle Anton Foundation, where it's geared to giving youths a positive option towards life. So we would have different mentorship programs, spelling bee events, and so much things just to keep the young people active and impact their lives in a positive way.
Mm-hmm. So you realize we have a serious man here. So Anton, how and what and where did you think or thought that you got this virus from?
Sharon, to be honest with you, I cannot think of anywhere that I would have contracted this virus, because I was one who was always so careful. You know, I will try my best to follow all protocols. I reached a place where I would not use hand sanitizer, but would walk with hand soap and bottle of water in the car and wash my hands, you know. And when I started to feel ill and eventually found out that I had COVID, I could never believe it. Even when I was not feeling well, COVID was never in my thoughts. because I thought that, my body just needed to rest because I've been going from work to business and so forth. And so COVID was never in my thoughts.
But how did you feel? What was the symptoms that you got to make you want to go and test, or to make you feel that you had the virus?
Well, what happened is that I started to feel as though my body needed a rest. And when I started to feel this way, ever so often, every day, what I was doing, I was checking to see if my sense of smell was still there, if I still had taste in my mouth. And those two things never left. It never went. And so when I was smelling okay, I was like, okay, all right, it's not COVID. I'm tasting fine. It's not COVID. But I had lost my appetite. I was just feeling weak, just like fatigue and just feeling like as though my body just needs to rest. I had no flu-like symptoms or anything like that. I just felt as though, I need to rest. And that was the approach that I took.
So then what happened next?
So from that, when I started to feel that way, thank God, I basically stayed away. I didn't have much contact with persons. God just allowed it to happen that way. And when the Thursday, the feeling started to get intense. I was like, I called a doctor friend of mine and I told her how I was feeling. And she was like, you know what, Anton, this is sounding like COVID. And I was like, what? And, she said, when she told me that, it's now I started to feel, I started to feel worse.
Jeez.
And there, the weakness went straight down, and I got some numbers to contact persons, and I called the number, and immediately actually, they sent an ambulance for me. The ambulance came and they picked me up home. They took me to Mount Hope Hospital, and I would have spent one night at Mount Hope, where I would have gotten the swab and got the results the Friday morning. And then I was told, well, I'm positive, and they will be transferring me either to Cora or Couva. Now, mind you, Sharon, not being hospitalized before, having no experience, just hearing all these talks on the outside, I said to the doctor, you know what, I want to be transferred to Couva and not Cora. Because, you're hearing so much negative things about Cora Hospital. I told the doctor I want to go to Couva, not knowing Couva Hospital is for worst case scenarios. And I am telling the doctor I want to go to Couva. And the doctor said, well, after we review your chest x-ray, then we would know where we send me. And then they came and told me that they are sending me to Cora. And Sharon, it's a hospital, but being hospitalized for COVID and more so being hospitalized for the very first time in my life, Cora Hospital was like, it was like a hotel, if I may say. If I may say, a hotel with excellent customer service, excellent room service, Wi-Fi, if you please.
Yes. I see that because you made the video, so I saw that.
Wi-Fi, there's a smart TV there as well. The beds are adjustable remotely. And so when I went there after having a horrible experience in Mount Hope, just being there for that entire night, all day, because I was only transferred Friday night, sometime after 11 p.m. So I was there under that tent in the COVID area. So I was feeling the way I'm feeling, and the place, is a bit dusty because it's under the tent outside. It's a bit hot. I haven't showered, anything like that, and I just wanted to get out of here. And I think even if I was there any longer, I probably would have just leave for myself because I just wanted to get out of this hospital. And when I reached to Cora and I lay on the bed, it was like a heavenly experience. When I felt that soft bed, it was like, wow. And then from there, the Saturday morning, I got up feeling very energetic because now I had the IV on. I would have gotten several injections, medications, and so forth. So I get up feeling like Hulk again.
Yes.
Not realizing probably I just got a boost of energy because after lunch this Saturday, I went from 100 to 0.
Oh,
Yeah, because while I was in the hospital, I WhatsApp video all my family and we were laughing, talking. And my family could have never believed this is the same Anthony who was talking to them this morning.
and that is what I think is happening. Some people, when they feel they're getting better, they start to get up to move around and bam, you go right back down to 0.
That's right. That is right. Because even after the Saturday night, when I felt that level of weakness and then the increase of where my chest was it was challenged to breathe, and not able to breathe, you're sitting up, and in 2 days, I didn't go to the shower, right? I was urinating in bedpans because I couldn't even get up. I couldn't even sit up. The doctors coming to talk to you, and it's like you're like a living dead, and there's so much pain, trouble to breathe, you're on the oxygen, and it's a mental challenge as well. Because COVID-19...
Are you hearing a ponging? Are you hearing a ponging? Somebody ponging? Yeah, you hearing it, Bruce?
Yeah, but I don't know where it's coming from.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so COVID-19 is a lonely thing, and back to the point where you see a lot of people believe that they feel like, it's okay for them. It's okay for them to move about as soon as they feel okay, right? But even when I was discharged, because I spent 11 days in Cora Hospital, and when I was discharged, when I came home, I maintained that, and I stayed inside. So from being tested positive, I was basically quarantined for 40 days. I was quarantined for 32 days from the Ministry of Health, but I went on for an additional days just to recover and take my time, well rested, and make sure that I was okay before I could have stepped foot outside.
So, and today you feel okay? You feel excellent?
I am, definitely. And I must, if I may, say a special thanks to the doctors and the nurses of Cora Hospital, because they are darlings. I really tip my hat to them, because the time and the effort that they put out, the care that they give. I saw some nurses rubbing patients' head, rubbing their hand and say, don't worry, eat now, try to eat. And these are COVID patients. So they are really, in the lion's den, risking their life. And on top of that, they are exhausted. So we have to always remember to pray for them. And some persons are talking so much about the healthcare system. And my experience there, what I've realized, and I have shared with other COVID patients and who are now survivors and continue to share with COVID patients, is that once you are admitted in hospital or even home, you have to help yourself. Because at the end of the day, the doctors and the nurses, they're exhausted. It had one morning, the nurse, I am sure she probably, because of she being exhausted and there's so much of us to take care of, I didn't get any medication. But when she was passing, I said, "Nursey, so I'm not getting any medication today. I'm off the medication." And then she made a call on the inside, and she said, "What's going on with bed 10? John, any medication for him?" And then the other nurse said, "Well, yes." So at the end of the day, you have to mind your business.
Yes.
With all your weakness and all your distress, you have to mind your business, because they are human too.
Yes.
And as I said to one of the nurses, I said, our cycle just started. I am only here a couple of days now, but you here over a year now fighting this fight. So I understand what you're going through. I understand how you feel. You know? Yeah, and of course, prayer is very, very powerful.
Oh,
I had a praying family, Sharon. Praying friends. Yes, my family and friends and the SDA community, you know, prayer came across so good. And one of the main things that helped me through my journey, you see that support system, Sharon?
Yeah, boy.
It's very important. That peace of mind. Because to be going through that pain in hospital and then you're stressing on the things of the things on the outside, that just was not happening. And I must make mention to my immediate family, my mother and my sisters, especially my sister Rita. Because Arita was my chef, my caretaker. She was my everything during that journey. Even when I was discharged, she was cooking for me every single day. Now we had a table outside my door and she would put the food and stuff out.
Anton, I want you to stick up and stay right here with me. You're not going anywhere because we're sharing information and good news.
That's right.
We're going to a break and we'll be right back. But you stay here with us because we will be, you'll see me, but they won't see you when we go on the break. So Trinidad Tobago on the world by extension listening. We're talking with Anton John, a survivor of COVID-19. Do not shift it out. We'll be right back.
Cash your credit, cash your credit, cash your credit.
Say, who pay for that? Who pay for that? Who pay for that? Who pay for that? Say, big money spent on a bam bam day. Who pay for that?
So let's go keep it
Who
up.
pay for that? Who pay for that?
So, there's a few people who I can say is my true friend. And since the first time I tell you I having second Sunday, he was there with me. The
Present.
second time, he was there with me.
Always present.
And the third time, you're still here with me.
I'm here.
So hear what? We all know you as the father Jesus. I just said it at all time. I just say that plain and talk. It wasn't for you.
Plain talk, plain
Say,
talk.
make the tiger roar.
Raw!
Make the tiger.
It's a raw.
So to give the money credit, right? You bring it to the prominence. We can say that for the very least.
Yeah.
Right? But they don't care respect as the man in charge of the woman and them for the soca. So you need to remind them, right? Do it on the beat. Don't confuse the thing.
Right on the beach.
Right here on the beach. Right on the beach. Right. For everybody at the live at home, for everybody on CNC3, everybody listening on Slam 100.5, and for Queen's Hall, the international crew too.
I'm doing it for everybody, right?
Everybody.
But most important, You see these dancers here? Wonderful.
Oh God, I don't know.
Wonderful. So you know what I'm going to say? Your body good, your body good, good, good. Your body good, your body so good. Your body good, your body good, good, good. Your body good, your body fast out now. Your body good, 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 good. Your body good, your body so good.
Get up the rocket and rock it now. Get up the rocket, yeah. Say, baby girl, I want you rocket.
Rocket, take it, I want you rocket, baby girl, come and say, oh Lord, I want you rocket. Rocket, baby girl, I want you rocket.
Double it up.
Baby girl, I want you roll and 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 roll.
Oh my God, get them something to white now.
Are you experiencing loss of vision, or are your glasses broken? At Value Optical, we're open, and we're here to help. You can have your urgent eyeglasses in 3 days with packages starting at $695. When you visit us, be mindful of the 3 W's. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. Please call us toll-free 800-2020 for expert advice on your vision needs or to book your appointment. Value Optical, caring for your eyes.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
More to love, yes it's true. Pennywise, just for you. So real, get that perfect smile. Beauty's in every aisle to take care of your body. We have all you need to stay healthy. Yeah, Pennywise. More to love, yes it's true. Pennywise, just for you.
Pennywise gives you more to love.
For some, today is just another routine 24 hours. To others, today is first page in tomorrow's story. It's the audition for tomorrow's performance. It's the spark that ignites tomorrow's change. The perseverance for tomorrow's breakthrough. The first like of tomorrow's big hit. Never take your today for granted. When life is on, those who truly believe in the power of today can become anything tomorrow.
Be mobile. Just be.
Hey, you keeping safe? I hope so. I don't really know what will happen when everything will back up, but the line had to go on. But in the meantime, just come online with the live wire. I'm on the Street 919 FM every Saturday from 5 to 8 p.m. Or you could check us out on the live on Facebook at the Street 919 FM or on YouTube at Street TV. Don't forget to share the live. That might just be as important as you keeping safe. So mask up, sanitize, tune in to the Street 919 FM, Lime on the Live Wire, Saturday afternoons, 5 to 8 p.m. Don't worry, I gonna be home in time for the curfew. Keep safe.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q, Auto Parts Division?
Yes, sir.
I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries.
Excuse me, sir?
Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488?
Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I can buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arrowbita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 60 Tools.
All right. Thanks, boss. Nah, man. Ronnie,
do you have $488 to lend, man?
Julia, how our daughter bright so?
What you mean?
Kelly's so young and already talking about when she gets her first job, taking out a mortgage with TTMF at 2%.
She knows about 2%?
Yes. 2% with no down payment as a first-time homeowner and the lowest rate on the market. We would not have to dip into our savings to set her up. Where she get all this brains from?
Her mother, of course.
TTMF, from here to home.
Turn your lights down low and
and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship Children's Hour and the Word from 1 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Now there's a new way to pay your electricity bill.
Quick pay your bills today. Quick pay, it's a whole new way. Online, pay your bill one time. Yes, there is a whole new way to quick pay for your electricity. Yes, they made it easy. Just enter your account number. 4 clicks and it's over.
Introducing Quick Pay, a new service from the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission that lets you pay your bill online with your credit or Visa debit chip card. Just enter the account number and contact information. Click Pay and you're done.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of 17th June 2021 stands at new positive cases 350. Total active cases 8,803. Total recovered patients 20,454. Total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present 29,956. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
The Street 91.9 FM brings you today's tips to improve your financial literacy. Improving your financial literacy is a never-ending endeavor that needs to be prioritized. As you work on improving your financial literacy, it's important to continue your momentum. Here are your tips. Automate your contributions. Automating your weekly, bi-weekly, or even monthly contributions is a great way to ensure that you are consistently contributing towards your investments and retirement funds without having to worry about making manual contributions yourself. This can eliminate a lot of time and work that is involved while making sure that you are always working towards your financial goals, not to mention taking advantage of compound interests. That was your financial tip brought to you by the Street 91.9 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
So welcome back. Just a bit of housekeeping for you before we continue. What is convenience? Paying your Digicel bill with your debit card on My Digicel app. Now you can make your Digicel Plus and mobile bill payments on the My Digicel app with your Scotiabank, Republic Bank, RBC, or First Citizen Bank Visa debit card. No need to use a credit card. We made it easy for you to use your debit card to pay your bills, top up, or purchase a plan. Download the My Digicel app in your mobile app store today. Value Optical wishes to advise the public that all 13 branches will be opened on a limited basis to continue to provide essential eye care services to you. All services are currently limited to emergency and critical eye care only, and we will require you to make an appointment at this time. Please call us at 225-4865 or toll-free 800-2020 for all inquiries on opening hours, eye testing availability, and how we can assist your eye care needs. Value Optical, caring for your eyes. Yes, it's true, Pennywise, just for you, so real, get that perfect smile. Beauty is in every aisle. To take care of your body, we have all you need to stay healthy. Pennywise, yes, it's true. Pennywise, just for you. Pennywise gives you more to love. International cricket superstars Karen Pollard, Dwayne Bravo, Lyndall Simmons, and Riyad Emrit, even Raymond Ramnarayan and Ravi B has all been using Omega XL for joint pain and getting great results. So, what about you? Just pick up a bottle of Omega XL right now at all leading pharmacies or call Great Health Limited at 225-0410. So live long and stay strong with Omega XL. And you can win a free oil change for Father's Day from Ultra Lubricants. To enter, go to Ultra Lubricants' Facebook page and comment under our Father's Day oil change promo post, telling us why your amazing dad deserves this fantastic gift. We'll be randomly selecting 20 lucky winners from the comments. Participants must be following our social media page to qualify. Promotion runs from June 11th to 20th. Ultra Lubricants, protecting what counts. Sharon.
We are back, Trinidad and Tobago. And again, let me thank you all for staying with us. So YouTube, I told you, you need to stick and stay. Share your link to your friends and family. Facebook, you need to share the live. Tell them we're talking positivity today. Anthony, you see me now. You know, it ain't nothing like a good sweet scratch when your head scratching it. When you have one braids, that thing just give you an extra sweet scratch. I don't know, boy. You good, you know. But boy, as soon as you put on the weave and the, you know, you ever see them women always hitting their head, tapping their head. So Trinidad and Tobago, we are live with Anton John on our Zoom, and he's telling us about the COVID-19 virus. He was, and he's now a survivor of the virus. He was tested positive, and he's now giving us his, how should I say, boy? He's giving us his ordeal and how he survived the virus. So, Anton, I want to take you back to the mic. It's your floor. I want you to talk to the people. But before I forget, while you're going ahead and after you've done give your contribution, I want you to tell me something. Would you advise to take the vaccine or not? Just a curious question of how you feel today. And if you had taken the vaccine before that, if it was available before that. But just asking the question. So it's out there for you. So go ahead and continue talking to Trinidad and Tobago on the world. Because I see behind you on your big screen. I see you behind on the big screen.
Thank you, Sharon. You know, even as I look back at my ordeal, my journey, you know, the thing about it is a very key factor to my survival, as mentioned earlier, was prayer. You know, I would always encourage persons, if you never pray before, now is the time for you to get that connection and communicate with God, because the reality is, what else can the healthcare system do? What else can the government do? What else anybody could do? You know, when we saw the spike in the numbers, I could just imagine in the minds of persons, they probably was just at a point where you will get up on a morning and you will just ask yourself, I wonder if I will be one of the statistics today, and the funny thing about it is when I was tested positive, when I did the swab and I got back the results, I remember that day, the total amount of positive cases that day was 500 and something. And I was asking myself, just trying to bring a little humor and to myself and a little laugh, I was asking myself, I wonder what number I was registered on out of that 5-something. I wonder if I'm number 102, 300, what was my number, And it is just so funny that after you try everything to try to be safe and to do what is required to contract this virus, and not just because some persons contract the virus and have a very easy experience, but to contract the virus. And the thing about it is, my experience, as I was told, shocked a lot of persons because I always appear to be the strong guy, more or less healthy, going, and to reach the hospital because of COVID. Persons, before this, the first wave, I had 4 family members who contracted the virus, and they were fine. They never had a hospitalized experience and so forth, and they were good. So it was like, why me? Why I had to reach this far? But at the end of the day, you always have to trust God and trust the process. Because with the COVID-19, it's a process that you must go through. And it's just a matter of riding the wave in good faith, doing as you are told, right? Follow every instruction that's given by the healthcare professionals. You have to trust them. You have to trust their process in order for survival, right? Don't try to do things on your own and what you think and what you don't think. They give you a tablet, take it. I will ask what the tablet is. If you ask me the name of the tablet, I don't even know the name of the tablet. Right? I was somebody who had a serious fear, still have a serious fear for needles, injections. I will vomit, I will feel faintish, I would faint to get an injection. And while I was in hospital, I was getting injections in my stomach.
That's to keep the blood flowing.
Yes, flowing to avoid the blood clots and so forth. And I reached a point where on mornings, when I see the nurse coming, I say, Nursey, and I would raise up my jersey. I say, all right, what side we going on today? Just to bring a little excitement. And I used to laugh and I said, nurse, I hope after all this injection, you better go down, So we had a good time, but more so, my 11 days at the hospital, I had more downtime for those 11 days. When I actually felt, that I could have walked to the bathroom, comfortable, I could go and take a shower, comfortable, I could walk around, talk to the patients, we would say a little prayer, we would have a little laugh, I could walk by the table and eat lunch with the guys, because normally I just on my bed, because that was my survival base, and when I reached to that place is when my recovery started, where I start my oxygen level went up. I started to feel better. I was off the oxygen, right? And my oxygen levels were reading really good. And in no time, they were ready to discharge me. And I said, Doc, you sure? I said,
to make no mistake, eh?
Correct. I was like, Doc, you sure? Are you sure? Him, yes, your oxygen level good. We're waiting on your blood samples because they would come and take blood. And all of these things is like, mentally for me, it was like really challenging having that fear for needle. But because I had that willingness and that willpower to recover, I was like, all right, Doc, let's go. Take the blood on this hand, man. There we go. Pull it. I was playing big man with the needles.
Yeah,
right?
And that reminded me, I think I gave this story here. My son, he freed needle, my big son. That man went to the hospital for something. So we there. The doctor said he had to take some blood. The man just get white and he stopped talking. Stiff. Yeah. Boy, we started, I said like he faint. I said, what he give out? No answer, no answer, just get stiff. That needle, that man, the doctor can't get no blood here, he can't get no blood. After started here, my boy, I wonder what it is. We started to pray, I want to cry because I see like the boy passed out like this. When the man done take the blood finally, he opened the eye and watch me saying, he done? Seriously, done? Coward. So I know the thing, with the needle, I know it.
But even as I continue to share my journey, before I answer the question about the vaccine, right? One of the things I realized, because I was placed on a 32 days quarantine period by the healthcare medical, right? And the thing about it is, even after those 32 days, I still wasn't comfortable because after the 32 days, because of the spike, the healthcare system not doing a retest. So you are not getting a retest to make sure that you are COVID-19 negative. However, they will educate you about the COVID-19, and once you have no symptoms, then they will give you your release document so that you could be out of quarantine. Even when I received my release document, I told my family I still maintain my quarantine discipline, right? And until I went and I got a negative result, because at the end of the day, I didn't want to be responsible, one, for spreading the virus, and then two, because of my experience, it left a scar on me. So I was really, and still am, fearful of being outside and being amongst crowd. And even when I came out of quarantine, passing by the grocery store and seeing so many persons line up with little to no social distance and who masked down, and it got to me. And this was my biggest fear, because I had a fear after I go through what I went through, to see persons with the mask off and persons just being lackadaisical. I don't think that I could just bypass it.
Yes. Yeah, like
I feel as though I must say something.
Yeah, boy. People just get vexed with me. And senior citizen, put on the masks for over your nose, not on your mouth, and put up the mask. I know people just get vexed with me, but it's to save my life, your life, and think, put the masks to wear over your nose, cover your mouth. It's not to wear like this. You have on the mask. So the mask is to be worn like this to cover your nose, cover you up. And some people I see doing that. They're wearing it under, just over. Some of them have it as a chin. I say, oh God. Lord.
Yeah, chin guard. Yeah. So the thing about it, we as people, we need to be responsible. One of the things as well, because of the healthcare system being so exhausted, even when you are discharged, some persons are of the opinion that they're good. Mm-hmm. So they go back to life as normal. I know persons who did that. And you cannot do that. We have to be responsible, because even though you are discharged, we were still COVID-19 positive. However, the system, the hospitals are so full and persons waiting. So because we are now, our vitals are up, we could be now placing home quarantine or placing a step-down facility if you are not able to home quarantine single out by yourself. They will place you in a step-down facility, right? We have to be responsible, and we have to reach that level of awareness that, hey, I was contracted with this virus. Let my experience be your experience. You don't want to get your own COVID-19 experience, because while so many of us survive, and the survival rate is higher than the death rate, you might just be one that is unfortunate, but you don't want to risk your life like that. So at the end of the day, even as I come to the question of my opinion and thoughts of the vaccine, at the end of the day, I don't want to say yes, take the vaccine, no, take the vaccine. At the end of the day, the vaccine, your decision to be vaccinated is a decision that you have to make on your own. So you need to seek God guidance, seek God advice, and let God be your guide. Because at the end of the day, the thing about it is, because of the talks that is around, it places some level of discomfort in the minds of people as it relates to taking the vaccine. But again, if you look at when you're traveling to some countries, you need to have the yellow fever shot and all these different things. Why nobody bad talk that? Everybody take it and you travel, right? But because of this COVID-19 being a pandemic, and persons who want to use it and say it's the last day event, and it's this, and they're putting chip, and they're doing this, and in 2025 you will turn zombie, and all these different things. You cannot go based on what anybody said. And just like your survival key is God, your vaccination guide is God. So seek God and allow God to lead and direct your path to make your decision. Yeah.
Well, Anton John, it was a pleasure having this discussion with you. You make me feel so good that I am going to make sure I continue with my protocols.
Yes.
A lot of us, people just talk all kind of things, but we don't want to die at all. We don't want to die. And I am happy God has saved your life so you can be a mentor, and your testimony can share across the world so that people know what was the feeling and what you continue to do and how we have to look at things. I want to really thank you. And somebody saying here, let me see, I told you Mr. Anton should be the PRO for vaccines and how he was. Look, behave yourself, Evans. I'm not reading anything good. But he wants you to be that person to give your testimony to a lot of people. And maybe for me, I am saying, with your energy, boy, I am hoping that you could be one of the persons, if ever could happen, once you can put on your suit and thing and get into there and give some of these people a little momentum, a little, that vigor to live. Because as I told my listeners this morning when we came on, my son, good friend, died last night about 8 o'clock. And the reason too is that they had to sedate him to put in the oxygen and to help. And I say, see, that's not going to help, because you have to fight on your own also. Falling asleep is not going to help you to do that. You have to mentally be aware so that you can help fight together with whatever the medical staff is giving you. I think so. And boy, I know today he's very sad. Last night he wasn't doing well, and I know today he's very sad. It's his good friend. And I told him, I said, I told you all this thing is real, and we need to start listening and practicing the protocols. And if we don't do that, we will just be another number.
That's right.
So I'm so happy that you took the opportunity to come on and talk to us, and I'm going to try to do that. So I'll talk to you because I need to get other persons, because everybody had something, their feeling, their symptoms were similar. So I'm going to talk to you, get some other persons to come on. We need to talk to our citizens and friends and family. We need to talk to them because this thing is real.
Definitely. But even as you mentioned, Sharon, about the fight, let me just share this with the public and even those who may have been experiencing or hospitalized now and could hear what's happening. The thing about it is, COVID-19 ward in the hospitals, it is not a normal ward. Normal ward, Mount Port Spain, when you go visiting, you have the nurses at this cubicle, it may have doctors walking in and out and around the ward. It is not like that. The thing about it is, when we have to communicate with the nurses and the doctors, we communicate through a glass door because they are isolated beyond us because it's COVID-19 on that ward. It's the lion's den. So at the end of the day, if you have an emergency on the ward like I did while I was there, and you need assistance, you need these doctors and nurses to assist you, you have to wait a couple minutes so that they can put on their PPE, fully geared, before they could come into the lion's den, which is the COVID-19 ward. They could talk to you, they could try to help you. One night I was out of breath. I pull off my jersey, I ball, nurse, doc, I can't breathe. The guy opposite me, good big respect to my friend George from ARO. George get up and he started to bang on the door, nurse, and he big and his voice heavy. The man can't breathe, oh, they come. You know, and the thing about it is, there and then, I was getting trouble to breathe. And this is how a lot of people dying. When you hear these stories where families say, but I now talk to my brother, I now talk to my sister, they were good. How you could tell me they're dead now? Because at that point, you of yourself need to fight for yourself. Now it's a difficult place to be because you now have to wait a couple minutes because they need to put on the garden boots. Yes, they work on the ward in garden boots. Then there's full suit, 2 masks, face shield, goggles. Sharon, you name it. It have friends and so forth who were doctors and nurses that I knew, and I didn't even know they were attending to me because I couldn't make them out. They actually look like waka men and waka women. You know, when they're cutting the bush or that's how the doctors and nurses. So it's difficult for the doctors and nurses to be in this suit all the time, whole day, whole shift. It is difficult. They come in to give you injection or fix your IV. Their hand touch your hand with their PPE suit. It's sweat from them running down your hand because they're sweating in the suit. So it's a challenge for them. So when I had that emergency where I couldn't breathe and I cried out for the doctors and nurses, I reached to the point where, you know what, Anton boy, it don't make sense because nothing else you could do would save your life. I reached that point where I give up and I say, you know what, I could just turn to my side, make it right with my maker and close my eye and go in peace. That is how I felt. That's how I felt. But of course, because of praying people, praying church members, the Holy Spirit revealed to me and showed me my daughter in front of my face. And that was my reason for fighting. So I was like, Anton, come on. Anton, come on, you could do this. Breathe. Anton, breathe. Anton, breathe. Come on, you could do this. Your daughter needs it. Sharon needs it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And I started to, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. The nurses came and they attended to me. They adjusted my oxygen level. And there I was. And I was good again. The guy opposite me, George, he was like, Anton, if I didn't believe in miracle, if I didn't believe in God, you make me believe in God. And from the day you come, I was like, oh Lord, what do they bring this man here for, boy? This man looks like he's going on dead. Why do they put this man next to my bed? This is what George told me. And he said to see him, he's always saying, you come a long way, And I thought you were a dead days long ago, And that night with that drama with you, I say, well, that is it. You was going. It's only God, boy. And that issue is only God. It wasn't my will, but it was God's will. And at the end of the day, my message to to my fellow COVID patients, you have to fight. You have to fight. You cannot just sit down or lay down and depend on the doctors and depend on the nurses. You have to fight back because it's a battle. COVID is fighting you. So you can't just sit down and lie down and take punches. You have to put up your guard and hit back. Hit back with prayers. Hit back with drinking a lot of water. Hit back with eating your fruits. Hit back with eating the food that they give you. I never thought I could eat hospital food, but COVID, I mean COVID. Cora food, good food. Cora had good food, right? Cora had good food. And the food was good. I had fruits coming from family and friends and all these different things. And it was so amazing. And this is how you fight them back. And you have to fight back mentally. You're in this, they give you an injection, take it. They give you tablets, take it. They give you food, eat it, right? They tell you how to do your breathing practices, do it. Try to get some fresh air, but take your time. If you're feeling weak and you can't get out of bed, don't fight it. Don't worry about bathing. Bathing was not in my mind. 2 days I didn't bathe and it was okay, right? Because at the end of the day, the first day I tried to get up, as I stood in front of the bed, I was like, nah, I can't do this. And I sit back down. So even bathing was not in my vocabulary. At that time, I was focused on trying to strengthen myself and then eat the fruits and then eat the food because I wasn't eating. I didn't have the appetite. And then eat and then eat. You will get stronger. You will get stronger. When you feel stronger, then you will go and bathe. You know, it used to be bathing Sharon and Dominic and water falling on your face just under the shower. And you feel like you're drowning by just the water wetting your face. You ought to be bathing so with your face outside of the shower. You ought to be bathing like this. This is the challenges that we go through. And at the end of the day, I am open, I am willing to share, to talk with patients, to talk with survivors, persons who are suffering. I have no problem with that. I want to do that because at the end of the day, we need to bring awareness. We need persons to survive, and we need to do this thing together.
Hello. Well, Trinidad and Tobago, I don't want Anton to go just like that. If you have any calls you want to make to talk to Anton directly, you can call us now. I don't know if my line working here, but I know Mr. Chance wanted to call in. So Mr. Chance, now is the time to do so. And anybody, we have a couple of minutes. You can do it quickly. Give them the numbers quickly, Bruce, so they can call you.
342-0081 and 466-5391.
Yeah. So call us quickly if you want to talk to Anton or you have you want to say something or comment you want to make. Please do it quickly. We just have a few minutes. All right? You have any calls there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Anton, you're talking to somebody here who is positive also. And I feel your pain and I feel your cry. And thank God that you're safe today. And give him all the thanks and praise. And be safe. Sharon, be safe. And your other colleagues, be safe. Thank you.
Thank you so kindly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Caller, good morning. You have another call?
No.
No?
Hold on.
Mr. Chance, you can call now.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, Ms. Felix.
Morning.
I just want to say thanks to Antonio, your guest. That is real. That is real. And I am happy to know that he has recovered. There's many people who didn't recover. Well, God didn't keep them, but thank God for him. Thank God for your program too, so that the people will know.
Thank you.
Thank you so kindly. I have one here. Caller, good morning. Caller by me, good morning. I don't know what's happening to my line. I just don't know. Caller, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Mr. Felix, morning. Bruce Wayne, Dominic.
Morning. He not here,
Go
no,
ahead,
Sharon.
caller. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my line.
Mr. Anton.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. We are hearing you.
Go ahead.
Well, I will still continue my contribution. Mr. Anton, it have a remedy after you pass through all that therapy with COVID. You see the steaming, make sure you use that steaming with a little eucalyptus oil in the water, ginger, garlic, onion, and inhale and exhale according to Sharon. Sharon know the remedy. She could pass on the whole thing. And to all who are in quarantine, I would like them to really stay home, please. Only have to go no way. You see, only take the remedy of how to recover, and all you will recover. Thank you very much, Ms. Sharon.
Thank you so kind.
Sharon,
So
Mr. Chance here.
What's up? Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Chance?
Yes. This is Thomas and Sharon, Felix. Let me first of all congratulate Anton. What an excellent interview. Very simple and straightforward, and a lot of guidance, a lot of lessons there for each and every one of us. But I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the doctors, because I heard him make that point, and I'll tell you why. Because I had two relatives who were at Cora and didn't come out. You know, they had to be cremated. They didn't come out. And here we have Anton, who is giving us a survival interview. And I want to thank Dr. Trotman. I'll tell you why. Do you remember last year, a reporter asked Dr. Trotman what is her qualifications? You remember that? She is thoracic medical director at the Cora Hospital. And that didn't happen by VAPS. She didn't get her qualification by going into Google. She had to spend 7 years to become a specialist in the area. So the doctors that are there are specialists. They didn't get their qualification by Googling the information, you know. And that is why I want to congratulate Anton, at the same time pay tribute to Dr. Trotman, who is the head there. She is a specialist in that area. She's a specialist in investigating, diagnosing, and treating diseases of the lung. That is why she's an expert in this area, because COVID-19 is a virus that attacks the lungs. And that is why her expertise is so crucial in this area. So I wanted to make that point, because too many of our media people are out there and becoming experts by Googling. They are Google experts. But these experts that face us, our people who are experts in our country, have spent years. Dr. Hines, Dr. Trotman, Dr. Richards, all of them, many, many years. In particular, Dr. Hines, he has spent 20 years experience in the field. And Dr. Michelle Trotman, quite a few years as well. So we must take off our hats to them, we must respect them, and we must celebrate their expertise. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chance.
I have one here. I have a overseas Massachusetts. Massachusetts, you hearing me? Go ahead, man. Go ahead. We're hearing you.
Go ahead, Massachusetts.
Suggest is please go and take her hand, let her go to her representative, Dr. Diase, so that she could actually ask him take this interview as you, I guess you could say as the introduction, so that you could be the PRO breads. Yeah. Some man, the woman them will come at you. Let you take first few breaths. You might even end up being the international spokesperson. I go on.
This Massachusetts, So I understand what he's saying. Eh? He's saying that you should be the spokesperson, for some of the survivors. And I'm sure that you have connection with other people that you're talking to. But Anton, we will talk off air because this is something we need people to understand. And other radio station, everybody here now is only on 91, you just get real information, He's only here, he's only here, you just get real information. And especially on this morning show, you get real live information. And I want us to continue this drive. Even if we have to do it on our own, I want us to continue this drive. This is excellent. You have opened even my eyes, son. Here, you talking and I want to cry. I have to fight to keep my eyes open because you know what it is? You can't breathe.
Yeah.
You know what is that? Come Trinidad and Tobago and the world listening, I want to really thank you, Anton, for taking this time out this morning to be here with us. And don't feel there's the only segment you're doing. I'm only calling you again because I think you have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of work to do. Bruce have a lot of work to do. And I feel if we team up, we'll be a force to reckon with because we need to get the information out there. Somebody have to take the lead to do it. Not everything is about money. I tell people that. Because if money was an issue, I wouldn't be here at all. That is not an issue for me. I like what I do. But if the money has to be paid, it has to be paid. But that's not an issue for me. And I'm listening to you and I'm feeling that passion. When Pat told me, she said, girl, I said, what? Give me the number, come and talk to Anton. So, it was like I want to thank Pat Henry very, 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 very much for putting me onto you. This was an excellent opportunity for us, Trinidad and Tobagonians, and the world by extension listening, because we listen to all over the world. And this was an excellent experience. And I really want to thank you so much, so you can give us your closing comments because we're almost to the end of the show. I know we didn't bargain for so long, but it was going too good to let me let you go. I couldn't do it. I couldn't let you go so easy.
Well, Sharon, Dominic, I want to...
Dominic not here today. Bruce here today, but Dominic is here on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, so we have a Bruce today. But Bruce. I okay, Dominic listening.
Bruce, that's right. I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here, to share my story, to bring awareness, and to encourage someone this morning. I look forward as we continue to encourage people, we continue to let people know the importance of this being or survival, the importance of surviving through this pandemic, through this COVID-19 experience. Let us just do what we have to do, follow all protocols, be safe, avoid contact with persons as far as possible, stay home. This weekend is no weekend, Father's Day, nothing, but nevertheless, our safety worth more than a Father's Day celebration. It's better our kids have their daddy alive than have a dead father. So true. So let us really, 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 really try our best. Let us come together as a nation so that we can fight this COVID-19 together. Now is no time to segregate and separate. Now is a time for us to come together and fight COVID-19 because it's affecting all of us. So the faster we can fight it together, the faster our lives could go back to some sort of being normal again. So, God bless. Remember to put God first, right? Trust the doctors, trust the nurses, trust the process. Everything would be all right. And make sure that you have a fighting spirit. Don't give up the fight. Fight till the end. Fight till the end. Because at the end of the day, your survival is depending highly on you.
Thank you so much. Trinidad and Tobago, that was Anton John, one of our survivors of Trinidad and Tobago, the COVID-19. And we want to thank him so much for taking the opportunity to be with us today. So Anton, thank you so much, darling. I'll talk to you after the program. All right. So Trinidad and Tobago, what an interview. What are your thoughts? We have, what, 3 minutes?
About 2.
About 2 minutes? Well, sorry we couldn't take as much calls as we wanted, but this was more important to me, for you to hear and to understand than taking the calls today. So I beg your forgiveness, but we'll make up for that on Monday. Dominic is on Sunday. And let me say to all our fathers, happy Father's Day. And of course, we have to celebrate it by Zoom, Facebook, however we have to do it. But, you know, we can't congregate. And happy Father's Day to everybody. But, guys, stay tuned this evening. I'm on JB. Big cookout today. Boy, they put me in a position here. Lord, I ain't telling all the ways he cooked today, but big cookout this evening at 6 o'clock. So, look out, JB. Whew. Call me for the link. As soon as they send me the link, I'll send it to you. But big cookout today, eh? Take it off. All right. So, Trinidad and Tobago, I'm so happy that you could have been here to listen. I want to thank all our Facebook viewers, and I want to thank all our YouTube listeners and streamers. I want to thank you all so much for coming on and making us number one in the morning programs. All right? And of course, to all our listeners on the radio, wherever you are, whatever part of the world you are, I want to say thank you so, so much. The word for today is unwind. That's the word. I unwind in peace and love. When my day has not gone as I had hoped, I may have faced one challenge after another. Perhaps I was caught in snail traffic, frustrated by a difficult class, or flustered by a temperature of a child or something. I may want nothing more than to untangle my thoughts and feelings and unwind. I get comfortable and begin to relax with each breath I release the day. I imagine a favorite place, the woods, a stream, the beach settling into this place. I imagine songbirds, trickling water, or the tides ebb and flow. I feel at one with the rhythm of this place as all else falls away. I unwind even more as I recall those moments of the day when I gave or received a blessing. A kind word, a smile, a helping hand, a sincere compliment. These sweet memories restore balance and bring peace to my world. But I have claimed and quieted my soul. Psalms 131:2. And again, the word says to the end, it says, again, let me say it, I unwind even more as I recall those moments of the day when I gave or received a blessing, a kind word, a smile, a helping hand, a sincere compliment. These sweet memories restore balance and bring peace to my world. Not people who are engaged in confusion, bacchanal, and mayhem. Stop interfering in people's lives and their home problems, if they have any. Stop. If you cannot put a good word in, or if you cannot give a good comment, it's better you don't give any. And people must understand the meaning of a word friend, or if you don't understand it, or you're not that person friend, you must stay away. And from now on, I am going to be staying away from some people, because I would think that if you think that there's an issue with someone, you will give a helping hand, not a dagger to finish kill them, or not a heavy foot to push them down. We cannot be our brother's keeper nor sister's keeper if we behave in that manner. We're fighting COVID. We don't want to fight individuals. I don't mind people's business once it's not in my face or it's not harming me. Stop it, because your business is not better than anyone else. And all it makes people do is try to stay away from you. And if you look around, you will see that people have started staying away from you. Don't make my business or my issue be your problem. Think of your own. That's my lesson for today, for that person. That person know who they are. They know very well. It's not the first time they did it. And it's not the second or the third time they're doing it to me. I'm just telling them. I am not your problem. Trinidad and Tobago, this is where I leave it for today. Talk to you on Monday morning, but look for me later on, JB. You can never stop a river from flowing its water. Clear, clean water. Don't sit down on the river stone and talk the river ban. The same water you have to drink, bathe, and do all manners of things. Bruce, love you, be safe. Talk to you later.
Yes.
Trinidad, Tobago, world, I'm gone. Have a good weekend.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Put your hands in the air, everybody. It's time to get up and some move it. Leaving all your problems behind it. Pressing on to our victory. Everybody sing that, yeah. Step forward. I move forward.
The views expressed are not